Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm getting straight into today's tutorial. I'm just going to do a split screen of today's makeup look. At the moment I've got no idea what it's going to be. As usual, I just sit down, pick some products and then create something for you guys. So this is the foundation that we're using today. This is the Luminous Silk by Giorgio Armani. The shade I'm using is 6.5, but I definitely need something with a bit more warmth, so I'm just going to go in and bronze my skin up. I'm going to go in with a small amount of Dew the Hoola, which is a liquid bronzer by Benefit Cosmetics. I love this. Look how beautiful the packaging is. I'm going to pop a small amount on the back of my hand. I'm going to use the same brush to work this in over the skin where I want a little bit more colour. So you can put this on underneath your foundation. I would normally apply this first just to give the skin a bit more of a base colour and then choose a foundation accordingly. But I actually thought that the 6.5 would be the right tone, but obviously where I've not got no warmth under my skin like I normally would in the summer, where I didn't mind having my face out in the sun a little bit, it would get some colour. The 6.5 kind of looks a lot more yellow on paler skin than it does when I have colour to my face. So we just need to go in very lightly and bronze it up like it would be if the sun had naturally kissed it. I like using this brush for a liquid bronzer because it's kind of only the tips that are very subtly brushing the skin. So again, you're applying a light, very light layer. Doesn't move your makeup underneath. If you go in with like a buffer brush or something that's a lot more dense, it's quite likely you're going to move everything underneath. When you've got none of your other makeup on and you've just done your base makeup, it can look quite intense to begin with, but once you've done all your eye makeup, you'll realise that your skin looks a lot lacklustre, so you need to go back in and apply maybe a powder bronzer, some blush, etc. So I'm going to move straight onto my eyes and come back to my skin after. Today I'm going to use this new palette by Dahlia. I don't know if you've ever seen any of their products before. So this is the eyeshadow palette. It's got some beautiful tones in there. This is their Timeless Bloom collection palette. Some of them are matte, some of them are frosted. So we will create a look using those. The first colour I'm going in with is called Lady Grey, and this is described as a grey brown tone with flecks of gold, but I'd definitely just say it's more of a nude beige tone. So this is just going into the socket of my eye using my bareMinerals blender brush. The next colour I'm going in with is called Daydream. This is a beige with a kind of muted pink undertone, and it's a shimmer finish and it's so pretty. I definitely say it gives off a bit more of a cool finish, but I really like it. I'm buffing 2 layers of this onto the eyebrow bone. Straight on you can't really see the tone because it does have a pink undertone which kind of matches the skin and the first shade that we applied, so it's not too obvious, but when you turn your head like this it really does bounce the light back. Next I'm going in with the darkest shade in the palette. This is called Dark Dulce and it is a deep brown and it is a shimmer finish. This is beautiful. If I had to choose a brown shimmer to live with for the rest of my life, it would be this tone. It's one of those colours that in the pan looks quite warm, on the eye it has a bit of an icy finish which I really like. I'm blending this from the lash line up towards the sockets into the first shade that we applied. I am pulling it out ever so slightly on the outer corner. This just suits my eye shape, but I'm not creating anything too structured. If your eyes are rounded, you can create more of a rounded shape. If they're more almond, then you just follow the natural shape of your eye socket. The idea of this is that it just covers your eyelid and doesn't go up fully to the brow bone. On a small detailer brush by ZOEVA, I'm taking Daydream and I'm pushing that onto the inner corners of the eyes to create a stunning highlight. Use what's left on the bristles to pour that underneath the eyes across the tear duct area. The next shade in the palette I'm taking is called Moondust. This is a silver and white gold finish, so it is a mix of the two, which is great because this whole look has a mix of both warm and cool tones. And I'm just popping that onto the very centre of the lid with my finger, but then I'm going back over this with the brown. I don't want it to be a gold finish, I do want a complete bronze tone, but I just want a bit of a multi-dimensional finish in the very centre of the lid. Using the very tip of my flat shader brush, I'm buffing Dark Dulce underneath the lower eyelash line all the way to the inner corner where it meets Daydream. Along my waterline I'm taking ZOEVA's Graphic Eyes pencil in the shade Black to Earth. This is the most black, soft kohl pencil I've ever used and it just stays in place. You can see as soon as that black kohl pencil goes on, the greens and the browns in my eyes become a lot more vivid. However, feel free to use a brown or a cream colour, it's completely optional. To softly and subtly smoke out that black kohl pencil, I'm taking a small amount of a brown liquid eyeliner by L'Oreal, and I'm using my small detailer brush, a clean version, and I'm smoking that out softly. It helps just to take away the pinky tones in the eyes, but also brings it down ever so slightly to the root of the eyelashes. I'm going to do the same along the top lash line, but again, depending on your eye shape, this is completely optional. It's not going to be an eyeliner look, it's just going to darken the root of the eyelashes by smudging it out. You do need to work quite quickly because this liquid eyeliner does dry in place. If you're speedy, you can get a really nice smoke to it. This week I received the new mascara by Marc and it is incredible. It's called Lash'd. This has everything in it that I want from a mascara. It has the multi-bristled wand, a beautifully tapered tip so it's easy to get to all your tiny lashes. The wand's not too big so you're not blobbing it everywhere or smudging things or you can't get to your lashes. I've been wearing this for maybe 4 or 5 days now in a row and I've had no flaking, no smudging, no transfer. It comes off easily with micellar water as well as oils and just general makeup removers. It's just so easy to take off, but yet it lasts all day. I definitely prefer this to the Velvet Noir. It's the shape of the wand that tips it over the edge for me. This is also vegan, it uses plant waxes, it's got provitamin B5 in and it also has biotin peptides, so it's all round a great mascara. So over on Instagram, I recently received a package from Eye Candy and in there was this bronzer brush by ZOEVA and it's huge. So I thought I would do some old school bronzing. You know when it used to be big brush, big bronzer. This one is my Marc Tantastic, the Coconut Perfect Tan, and it's huge. So I'm going to use this big brush to dust into it, dust off the excess, and then we're just going to sweep that quite roughly over the high points of the face. This is the kind of bronzing we used to do when we were kids, if you remember. If you're in the same sort of age group as me. Big bronzer, big brush. It's quite an effective way to bronze your face really because it gives you the most natural finish. Today's that kind of muggy heat where it's kind of humid. I feel like I just want to get my hair up and out the way. It's so warm. Let's just pin it out the way for a minute. Also going to take that down the neck with my big brush and over the ears. I'm going in with a small amount of the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer by Too Faced. The shade I'm using is Nude and I'm just going to lift under the eye a tiny amount and a little bit here. Why is it whenever I'm doing my concealer someone knocks? 2 weeks on the trot that's happened to me. Right, so as you can see that's just lifted under the eye and brought a little bit of lightness to the centre of the face. I know I use nude sticks all the time but I am obsessed with their blushes. I don't want to reach for something else because I kind of just want to use them. So I'm going to use the Nudies in the Nude. I'm going with this shade just because it's a bit more neutral. It will just add a flush of colour. I'm actually going to mix it with a little bit of Terracotta Tan, also by Nude Sticks. This is one of their new shades. So this one's a bit more bronzy. I'm going to pop the two on. Little bit of Terracotta Tan and then going with a little bit of In the Nude over the top. I'm going to use a synthetic blending brush to buff that on. Synthetic bristles work best with cream based products. You can use your fingers but I just like the finish of the brush. Helps if you smile a little bit because it pushes your cheek up, which gives you a little bit of something to bounce against. A bit like when you're putting your foundation on, if you blow your cheek out, it helps. Right, so I've buffed that in with the brush. I'm now going to press it in with my fingers. Just change your finger over each time because this will pick up any excess product and give you a little bit more of a natural finish. In the post today, I received these new lip glaze by Laura Mercier. I've got Orange Blossom and Hibiscus. Dear Dahlia also have pretty lip glosses, which I'm going to show you. So pretty. Look at the packaging. It's gorgeous. The only thing is you get your fingerprints all over it because it's super shiny. This pink one is called Morning Dew and Moon Glow. So this one is Orange Blossom. So it gives a more nude finish on my skin tone. Really pretty, soft, kind of on the coral spectrum. This one is Hibiscus. Hibiscus. So again, just a glaze with a slightly pinkier tone. Both are gorgeous, but I'm going with Orange Blossom because it's nude and I love it. Oh, that's gorgeous. It smells divine. It looks pretty. It's so comfortable, so silky. Do we go for a little bit of highlight on the skin? This is a Universal Champagne. So this is the colour, it's so pretty. And this is in collaboration with the makeup artist Jose Corella. Just using my ring finger because it's going to warm the product up, make it a bit softer to use. I'm going to press that on to the high point of my cheekbone. I love that these give more of a dewy finish. They're not frosted, they're not super in your face. It's just a natural kind of glossy glow. I love it. You know, I'm not a massive fan of highlighter in general. That's why I love the nude sticks, Nudies Bloom, because they are just a flash of colour. It's a dewy blush, not a highlighter, but when you move your face it catches the light and it's stunning. It just makes your face look so youthful and so gorgeous. I love it. Too hot to take my hair back down, sorry. I love today's makeup tutorial. It's just a little bit bronzy. This is the kind of makeup that my mum used to wear. She used to use one eyeshadow on the eyes and to do her contour as well, and that bronzer, and it just always, my mum just looked beautiful. So I love wearing it because it's kind of reminiscent of my mum. This is one that's great for all coloured eyes because with brown eyes it just looks super sultry. With blue eyes it just makes them piercing. Green eyes and hazel eyes, it really brings out those green tones because the warmth in the brown really accentuates greens. So it's an overall all-round amazing colour for eyes. Also a great shape because if you have hooded eyes, if you've got mono lids, if you've got a shape like mine, you can wear this with any kind of eye shape because it doesn't matter if your eyes are hooded because you can apply it to your eyelid when it's closed, open it and apply it to where the hood sits. If you've got a really heavy fold of skin, you just go over the entire fold. So it's really a look that anyone can pull off. I specifically didn't apply eyeliner in a flick. I just darkened the waterline and I used brown. So again, it's a colour that everybody can wear. You can wear a brown in the waterline, don't have to wear black, but I feel like when you wear a brown eyeshadow, the black just makes it a little bit more of a focal point and just brings a bit more depth to the look. As always, all the products I've used will be listed and linked in the description bar below. Don't forget to take advantage of the Nude Sticks discount code. That code will get you 20% off your entire cart. Come follow me outside of YouTube if you don't already. I'm most active on my Instagram account, which is @ShowMeYourMakeup, and I will see you next week. Bye.